that working? And I hope, yep, that seems to be working. Excellent. Good evening. Hope everyone's having a very good day today. How are we doing? Alrighty, I'll put these over there. Okay, oh. Okay, so tonight, well, I suppose I should say formally good evening and welcome to Mechworks Hobby Chat. I'm a mildly thrilling adventure in my painting schedule. Hey Var, how we doing? Okay. Hey, leave me alone, Skits. I'm not that sleepy. I have coffee. See, I have coffee. That is the secret, and it's a perfect mix of coffee and milk. Because I'm weak and I can't have it straight. Okay, well tonight I am, well, as I mentioned before, I'm going to be getting some painting underway on some fighter bombers. Now this one is upside down because he's drying, because it turns out that I'm going to make this one the special character fighter bomber, which according to its card is in lovely red. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick quite to that scheme, but pretty close. Okay, and it also mentions in the main rulebook that you cannot add any extra things to it, and the big shooters are extra things. Now I could just leave it with 2 big bombs, or I could go maximum bombage, so I went with maximum bombs. Okay, so this one's just dry. I had to do a bit of modification on this one, so I'm pretty sure most of the glue is almost dry, except it's cold, so it's going to take longer for everything to dry tonight. That could slow me down. So if I do get slowed down due to things drying, I'm also going to work on the Chaos Ogre, give him some work as well. Yeah, so. Alrighty, but we'll be kicking this one off with... Oh, no, I should base the other one first. Okay, I'll be basing the other one first. I'll use the great big brush. I'm so glad you dragged yourself here. It is very appreciated. Even if it's under protest, it's appreciated. Okay. So how is everyone's painting projects going this week? Those of you who are doing painting projects. I was watching Skits do her Blade Angels. How'd that go? And what has Var been up to as well? We'll start here, though, with the base silver again, because I love basing things in silver, it turns out. It's in a very just therapeutic colour. I didn't expect it to be. I don't know why. It just seems to go on so nice. Probably because it goes on so very easily over grey. It really can't, if you miss any areas, if it doesn't go on perfectly, it doesn't look that different. It's the laziest basing I think I've ever done. Unlike basing yellow. Yellow is a dog of a thing to base sometimes. It just doesn't want to go on in the right consistency, then go back over again and get too thick. Yeah. Particularly bright yellow. I've never been a fan of bright yellow as a primary colour. Just too hard to do. All my Imperial Fists or anyone like that will end up looking very sunburnt or much more ochre sort of yellow. Oh, Thousand Suns Termies, very nice. Now are they the current box, like the modern box, or are they the what is it, Horus Heresy Termies? Mustard yellow, there we go, Skits, thank you for that. Scarab Cults, yes. Oh, there we go. That's my first stuff up of the night. Lovely. Hey Murray, let's grab that freshly painted silver thing and not think about it. Nice. Actually, I was really on the 30k topic. I saw that you can actually buy box sets of the 30k Marines now, which is very, very curious to me because I was wanting some. Because in one of the RPG games that Skits was in, They discovered a whole bunch of lost Marines that were still in their Mark III armor, and they've been slowly reviving them. So now I can actually go and buy some Mark III armor and paint them up accordingly. Skits, you have a casual lost or a casual collection of Terminators just somewhere, huh? Yeah, all right. It's true, you do. Alrighty, that is one very quick silver base coat. And I do, well, let's try that a little easier. And again, I just love the way that shines. I mean, it's blinding to look at for everyone else, but I love the shine that this is putting using the lead belcher base over these planes. I love the look of that. It amuses me. You know what? I should just next time I want to go shopping for models skits, I just should check out your closet and just buy from you. I mean, that would make me happy and make you happy probably because money. Everyone needs more money. Um, okay, let's have a look at this guy. Yeah, no, that paint is taking forever to that. What is it? Glue is taking forever to dry. Mind you, what I do like is a profile. Once you put all the extra bombs on, that's just like a lot of hardware sitting there. I really like the way that looks. Let's see if I can get a front on shot. Yeah, that I think is. Hang on, move my arm. There we go. That is a mean looking profile. Okay. How about you, Cinder? How about you? Have you finally succumbed and gone into painting along with us, or are you still resisting from the edges, holding out? I wonder if I just paint it over this straight up. I mean, the glue's going to dry anyway, right? Yeah. Well, knitting. Knitting is also very good. I've still got that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. scarf that you knitted for me. I've still got that. That's still very cool and very, very warm. Skits is holding out for a hero? Is that song? Are you singing in my chat box? Well, if you're singing, you have to pick a song that everyone can join in with. Okay? Why am I not wearing it on stream then? Thanks for calling me out, Skits. Okay, fine. It's, you know, um, okay, it's lost. Okay, it's in my cupboard. I know I have it. I haven't thrown it out. It's just in my cupboard somewhere. Thank you so much for that, Skits. That's awkward. Thank you, Var, for the change of topic. Australia needing a scarf. Yeah, it does get cold down here. It can get really cold for us down here. Okay, there's a big difference between, you know, that your part of the world, um, your part of the world cold and our part of the world cold, but it still does get cold. Not cold enough for me. I personally probably should have been born in Scotland, from what I understand. Uh, I like cold, wet, and windy, preferably drizzly and definitely overcast. That's my preferred everything. Ah, now there's an error. Okay, I'll display my stuff up. Don't know if you can see that, but the paint looks very pale pinkish. This is base coat there. This is meant to be the thick, heavy pigmented stuff. And the pot's getting a little old, so I dropped some extra water in there, and as a result, you get that nasty, weak, watered down, skim milk looking paint effect. It's just sadness, and it'll take forever to dry as well. So I'm just gonna put that aside. Be a little mad about it. No shoveling snow. No, I've never shoveled snow. I've only been in snow once. Wait, hey Joe. I've only been in snow once, eh? When we're down. Yeah, once. Just had to check my wife. She who knows all. She's been in the snow twice. I've only ever been in snow once. It was very exciting. Very, very cold. Surprisingly similar to the beach, though. You needed a towel. You end up getting very, very wet. You had to put on sunscreen so you don't get sunburnt. It's very strange. And there were boards everywhere. Alright, I'm thinking that this one's kind of dead. It just didn't get revived very. They're the same. Yes, they are. Now, skits, calm down. Oh, this is a brand new pot. Did you hear that? There's a... Woohoo! It's a brand new pot of paint. That's very cool. That's much better. That just goes on straight from the pot. Nice and smooth. Very good. Much more pleased with that. Still going to take a couple of coats probably because it's, it's red, unlike silver, which you can just get away with. Yeah, you see, it's interesting. Vars seen snow all their life, right? I never have, so it's a celebrity. It's an exciting celebrity moment. It's snow. Whereas if you've seen it every day, it's just an annoyance. It's just it's just irritating. I suppose it's like when you go to visit any country, the tourism thing. You're like, oh, that's new, and you got the locals going, yeah, it's great, cool. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, going to the beach. The beach is alright. It's sandy. It's full of things that bite you. But the beach is okay. Oh. Oh, you have those like stone and pebble beaches. I've seen photos of those sorts of beaches, like in the UK. You get on the beach, it's sand, and then it's water, then it's little rocks, then big rocks. Yeah. All right. Okay. I've got that I Need a Hero song stuck in my head now. Thank you very much, Skits. That's deeply irritating. That can go in the dead pile, that particular paint. Oh, steady. Thank you. Here's a question. In the last week, what is the... Okay, well, we'll say in the last 2 weeks, to give people a bit more scope, have you watched a movie that has been surprisingly good when you actually expected it to be fairly dog terrible? That happens every now and then. I'm curious, has that happened to anyone else? That's touch dry. Cool. You don't watch movies, Skits. Well, not that you never remember watching many movies, so don't know if that counts, buddy. Okay. Oh, okay. So listen to stories like audiobooks, that sort of thing. I love audiobooks, they're amazing. Okay, let's go with... I'd like to tell you a little small tale of woe regarding my paintbrushes. I think every... Yeah, on Reddit or Reddit real life stories like read-throughs. Cinder, you watched the Blade movies. Well, that could be, well, like all three? I mean, the first one's pretty good. The second one's eh. Third one's fun. Third one's at least funny. It's one of those, to me, it's one of those trilogies that recovered at the end. Anyway, my tale of woe. For those painters out there, I have every single one of my brushes, apart from this one, which is still in its protective force field, and will remain that way because it is the only one that hasn't been smashed up. I have managed to miss the edges of paint bottles. I've missed the edges of my water jar. Or in between a model, and I've managed to jam every brush hard against something and split the nice form, or knock it out of alignment, or get those great big crackly kind of like lines in it. It's been really frustrating. Doesn't sound like much to people who don't paint often, or that aren't painters, but when you get a finely tuned brush and then you wreck it, very frustrating. Okay, but for this guy, what I'm thinking is I'm going to go along the edges, along the edge of the wings with my yellow base, and kind of replicate the style of a very similar style that's on the smaller Dakar jets. And look, see that's all flayed out. Oh, I'm mad about that. You probably can't see, the camera isn't going to focus well enough, but it's all splayed out on the end now. Brush soap. What is brush soap? Whatever it is, if Skitz is recommending it, I probably do indeed need it. What is brush soap? Oh, and you saw all three of the movies, Cinder. Okay, so I've got two questions on the fly now. One, which of the three was your favourite? Two, what is brush soap? Oh, and we've got a linky link. I have to figure out a way to show what I'm actually looking at. Oh, very nice, Var. They're looking very shiny. Oh, I like them a lot. Oh, and okay, so what is it? What does it do? Like, it's just the way they clean the brushes at the end? Is it like a cleaning agent that also just what maintains the brush, or? Because that sounds, if that's what it is, I like that idea. Okay, is it like something you gotta? Does it come like? Is it like a compact, or or is it something I literally have to use like a bar of soap after every? Uh, Hang on, is that little jar of a thing that I keep seeing you dab into at the end of a painting session? You don't have a favourite, Cinder? How? You always have an opinion on your movies. How do you not have a favourite? If you only get to keep one of those three movies on your shelf, which is it? Alright, so that I think is going to work. Yeah, that's already bringing some nice difference to the... Difference? Is that the word I'm looking for? Makes the scheme look good. Whatever. And you like bits of each one. Huh. So they're all equal parts good and terrible, huh? Okay, you found some. Alright, Vars found brush soap. Equal parts terrible is the report and good. Equal parts terrible and good is a report from Cinder. Well, I may have to re-look into the Blade series again then. Probably do it at the same time I start looking into the Fox Marvel stuff again too. All those X-Men's. Not a big fan of the X-Men series. Huh. I am curious to see what form they're going to take in the MCU. That's going to be at least a shared universe, even if the X-Men are a bit average. We at least get to see when you get to see them playing with other heroes from other franchises. That could at least be interesting. Okay. What do you reckon, guys? Run the stripe, like big yellow stripe up the back, and on the wingtips, and maybe along the sides there. Definitely want to go along the over there and there. But I'm thinking, yeah, the big yellow stripe. Yeah, righty. Big yellow stripe. Yellow stripe for cowardice. Um, Alright, yeah, I suppose. Not exactly where I was going with that, but yep, let's do it. Let's do it. Alrighty. Actually, also this week, I rediscovered how much fun it is to paint tanks. Big ones. The big 40k vehicles. They are just fun. There's so much space. And you get so much done so quickly. That's how they survive so long. Yeah, right. It's not cowardice, it's a survival streak. Got it. Rare amongst orcs. But yeah, painting vehicles is great because after you've been painting lots of little things for a while, it's just nice to spend like 2 hours and have a great big chunk of model done, as opposed to 2 hours and have a whole bunch of little things that don't really take up a lot of space done. If anyone else can hear that, that's Joanna's phone going off. She's very popular tonight, as she should be, because she is fantastic. But anyone else get to paint vehicles much? I myself, I love having transports for my boys. If I've got infantry, I basically want a transport for them. Uh, I'm sure it's not. Oh, that's right. You were working on some really big terrain pieces, weren't you? Did you get them done? Or are they still in progress? Yellow stripe. Yellow stripe. In song. Knocking over the termies. What, do you jump between projects? I do that sometimes. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Hang on. I have to go check that. I really need to figure out a way to have this, what I'm looking at now, pop up in screen. But I'll figure it out later. Brush cleaner. Oh, that one. Okay. Thank you. Cleaner and preserver. I'll check that out. too shabby. Yeah, same. I like to have multiple things to have. Uh, I like to have multiple projects. Words. I like to have multiple projects on the go as well. It keeps me active. It gives you something else to do when you get bored with what you're working on. Well, not necessarily bored, maybe. Maybe that's the wrong word. How about fatigued from the same color scheme and the same repeatable stuff? Yeah, fatigued. Fatigue has been a thing that's been a bit of a problem of late for me. I mean, I've actually been too tired. I've had to cancel some D&D games and stuff. I've had to cancel that sort of thing just because I've been wrecked. It's not much fun, and it's frustrating because you want to do things, especially with your mates. You want to hook up with your mates and do cool things, but sometimes, oh, hang on, as I speed now through the last stanza. Oh, you did. Oh, that's my coffee. Let's not do that again. So you did a whole Black Legion. Yeah, I can see wanting to do some color again. Yeah, that'd be rough. Well, good news is I'm used to working with dodgy brushes, so this isn't doing too badly for what it is. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Whole army of them. What's a whole army? Like 30 troops plus vehicles and elites, or we talking army? Yes, you do need to count. You cannot merely say army and leave it to us. You need to find out how much they are exactly, or not. Up to you. Excellent. Alrighty, that is actually coming along okay. Yeah, not unhappy with that. Now, damn it, Skits. That's come back. I was waiting and I was wondering, and then it didn't happen, and I. Fine. Hmm, yellow's got a flavour. Okay. Wondering if I should do any yellow on the nose. No, I kind of like it without yellow. I like the fact there's only yellow on the wings at the moment. Fairly keen on that for now. Speaking of yellow, let's see how this is drying. Yeah, it's drying fairly well. Alright, I'll do the underside some red. Yes. Ever the sniper skits. Well, good news is the bombs glue the dry and the bombs the glue used to hold the bombs on has held well enough for me to paint over them. They're only moving a little tiny bit. It has got to be years since I played TF2. I was just thinking about that game actually recently. I'm wondering if it's still even active. People still play it or not. Okay, well I love these base coats. These base coat paints. Look how red that is. Well, it's more not red. It's more. What is it? More magenta. It's a dark red. Look how dark red that is. Okay. It is a little bit like dry blood, isn't it? Okay. So, let's do Q&A time. Because I've realised that I hold my breath when I paint, and therefore that's not very entertaining. Watching me paint a slightly blurry image at a fair distance isn't exactly high quality entertainment. So, ask me some questions, people. Not skits for once. There might only be two people here. Might just be Cinder and Skits. So that's it. So might as well ask me questions anyway. Hobby stuff, if you like. Alright, that is starting to look good enough to put some yellow one in a minute. Okay. Well, you should, Skits. You should feel personally attacked. You actually bled on a drawing. Was it intentional bleeding on a drawing? Did you actually use your blood on the drawing, or did you just cut yourself while you're working on it? Oh, right, okay. See, we're very literal minded around here. I thought, no, just the technical paint. Or, yeah, okay. Well, that's a lot less edgy arty than I was expecting. Where is that paint? Where is it? Where is it? Warplock bronze? Nope, that's Rhinox hide. There it is. Le bronze. Well, there was a girl in our class that cut her fingers and bled all over the painting to get the right texture and tone that she was looking for. Bit of an odd one, that one. Very skilled. Just, Okay. Alrighty. So, Skits, I assume that you've checked out the... Oh. I see, that works. Mixed media artwork is always actually quite interesting. Has a bit more depth to it. But Skits, have you checked out all the new models that are coming out for looks like the new the new edition 40k box? The video is really short. It really doesn't give you much other than a couple of cool looking characters. Only two of which I'd say we'll be seeing in the box. But yeah, the jacket dude does look cool. Those Space Marine bikes, I don't know if they're just two-wheeled tanks now. That's beyond being a motorbike. That's well beyond the design, the category of bike, I think. Okay, so gun Warplock Bronze is going on to the weapons for and some more exposed areas. And the ammo feed, why not? Might as well differentiate that as well. Now I'll put some wall block on all the pipings. Whoa, here we go. One Abandoned Despoiler, one Lord Discordant, one Dark Apostle with two minions, one Master of Executions, two Master of Possessions, one Counselor with a hammer, two Venom Crawlers, three Obliterators, 20 Chaos Space Marines, 20 Havocs, ooh, and four Greater Possessed, and one Chitin Ravager. That is a lot of painting. That is quite the large list. That is a lot. How long did that one take you, Var? So long, it has eclipsed time and the measurements thereof. Cool. Oh, oh, it was Project Creep. Oh, I hope you kept changing the commission price to match, because Project Creep. Ask Cinda all about Project Creep. She loves that. Oh, cool. Paid well. That's excellent then. What's wrong with that camera angle? Is that alright? Oh, too late to worry about it now. Hmm. Those are, what is it? Venom crawlers. That's that's a spidery looking Chaos Engine, isn't it? I really do like the look of those, I'll admit. I have no idea what the Chitin Ravager is. Crichton Ravager. Is that a Forge World thing? Hey Skits, would you be able to look up, and as my mod, my very reliable and excellent mod, would you be able to look up how to possibly or investigate how to get whenever I click, I can get a shared image when I click on things, I can bring it up in actual in view for the Twitch stream. You know what? I know what I was trying to say there. I'm hoping you can translate that because I'm pretty sure that English was a complete disaster. Let's have a look. That's a okay. That is a very large corn mech. Rude. I like it. I suppose one of the things about commission painting is that you get to paint all these cool toys that you never buy yourself or really be able to sometimes even afford yourself. So it's like you get to play with other people's toys. That has to be that. Is that I can I'd see that as a perk. I'd see that as a major perk. For it would otherwise be a very frustrating job in many ways. The moment a hobby becomes a job, it tends to stop being fun quite often. Ah, this tiny little gun at the back is hilarious. What's that meant to do? That is, there's a tiny little machine gun up the back. When you compare it to the great big guns on the front, there must be a little grot sitting in the back there having a great old time being thoroughly ineffective. Actually, where's the card? Let's have a look. Rear guns. 5+, yeah, 3-1. Okay. Yeah, okay, the rear gun is really quite... It's just there as a light irritation. Yeah, major... I mean, that Crichton... The corn bot... That looks so cool. I want one just to paint one, you know? That's cool enough that I buy a corn army to go around it. You know, that's wicked cool. Alrighty. No, need to fix that. Go with a bigger brush this time. Oh, I'm sure it can. With BL, Black Legion, WB, Word Bearers. Yeah? That would look amazing, actually. Alright. Oh, please do. Please find those photos, Vard. That would be greatly appreciated. Well, I don't know about anyone else, but it's been unusually cold the last couple of days. My feet are currently freezing. I couldn't find my socks before I sat down. So, but it's, I don't just need my beanie for bad haircut reasons now. Apparently. Well, don't be shy, Var. If you got good pictures, put them up. Why not? I'll go and try and find you on... I don't know if I'm following you on Instagram. I'll see if I can find you. Cinder, it's been very cold and wet. Up in Rocky, it's been cold and wet. That's rare. But it's good. I can't remember either, Val. I'll double check. If I didn't, I'm sorry. That's very rude of me. But I reckon we can blame Skits for that. Somehow. Oh, very pretty. Good. Oh wait, hang on. No. What am I talking about? Let's have a look at this. Shortcut. Because you're there, Skits. Ooh. Is that a that looks like night sized. That's a night scale base, isn't it? Mate, that's brutal. Nice work, Var. Very cool. Yeah, I can see why Skits want you to show that off. That's excellent. You have my envy. That's very nice. Ooh, freehand style in there. Okay. I tried freehand. If recently trying to put squad markings on my tank. I took some photos. I felt okay about it, and now I have painted over the freehand, and I'm just going to buy some water slide decals because freehand sucks. Quite frankly, I am very bad at it. So, and if there's a better option, might as well take the better option. I actually sat down and did some sketching again. Sat down, tried some sketching. Immediately remembered why I stopped sketching. So annoying. Hmm. Okay, well that's most, if not all, of the darker metal done. Where are we? Zoom. That's what's missing. Me matte. Oh, it's too late now. I know. Only way to get better is to keep practicing. That's why I've done nearly 100 YouTube YouTube reviews now. Got 100 YouTube, almost 100 done, which is cool. I mean, and I'm actually starting to get better at that. And I've got to keep practicing at this, and much like painting, because the art of talking and painting and entertaining people, at least being interesting, is a lot harder than I expected. Because at least with YouTube, you can edit, and you can make yourself appear to be dynamic and interesting. Whereas this constant stream thing is free. This constant stream thing can be difficult, and apparently free handling is Val's specialty. Well, it's always good. And turning freehand into a specialty is actually kind of amazing. At one point in my hobby career, speed painting large batches was my specialty. But not so much now. Although I'm looking forward, now that I've got my copy of Kill Team, the core rulebook skits, I've got Kill Team. We can get small, cool games in, thematic, flavored games. And yes, it is traditional art. And in fact, I've got quite a few arty friends, thanks to the college, remember, that have transitioned from, or not transitioned, but have done this style of art, and remarked on how very similar it is to their traditional art training in the way that you apply your skills to the models. Skits. Do you remember there was one particular? Oh, there was one girl. She hadn't been doing it very long, but she jumped straight into it and was brilliant almost from the kickoff. It was so annoying. It was amazing how good she went. She went from never painted models before to application of known procedure. Smashed it. No, it wasn't you. Although you did do that. But I can only compliment you so many times in a 2 hour period. Otherwise, you get all feral and strange. You're like a complimentary gremlin. Don't compliment them after 2 hours. In my head, that sounded a lot cooler. In my defense. Okay, that is all of the dark metal done on this one. Let's have a look at this guy. The whole reason I wanted to do this painting thing to... What is that? Give me that, Joe. Shall I embarrass myself? Okay. Alright, my wife has just found a very old photo of me from high school. Now this is post-high school. Or is it high? No, it's post-high school. Would anyone be interested in me showing you a very strange old photo of myself, a significantly skinnier me. I'll need everyone's, not just you. See if other people are interested. Do it. That's two. How about Cinder? Let me farm those likes. No. Oh, might as well be. All right. That's me pulling a very stupid face at the camera. That is very old. That is a particularly old photo of myself. That is the worst. I don't want to see any more of these photos. I've embarrassed myself for the internet. uh, where'd you find those? That's amazing. Well, when my wife met me, I didn't have the glasses, didn't have a beard either. So I look fundamentally different than I do now. Also probably weighed about a good third less. Okay. I think I'll just mimic what I've done here. Put the same yellow in the same places roughly on this one. Or maybe up the middle. All big patches. Alright, need some opinions here, people. Should I just do big blocks of yellow? Like one on the side and then one in here or one in the middle? Big blocks and then some extra detailing? Or what do you reckon? Or should I hit this with a wash and then dry brush it? How much time do I have? Not a lot. Think about that. Everyone looks very, very, very different when they're younger, I suppose. Oh, no, no, no. I've noticed that these sorts of things. Don't be sorry, Van. It's this sort of thing is quite often just. Well, you're providing background entertainment. You're really just recording yourself doing something you want to do. So it's all good. I honestly don't know how much of this you can see properly. I think I want a new camera for this angle. I'd actually much prefer this camera up here, but the auto zoom bounce was killing me and everyone else who was watching it probably, so I couldn't fix that. But that is most of a canopy. Anyway, canopy also done. That's actually coming together quite nicely. Okay, let's have a look at this. Oh, very good. Freehanding with gold paint. That's very brave of you, Varn. Huh. It's very nice. Very, very good. Okay, but now to bring the attention back to me, because it's my Twitch stream. Let's back to me. And I'm a little jealous. Let's not deny that. Um, where should I put some yellow? I was thinking big blocks, possibly blocks on the edges here. I don't know. Maybe one big yellow stripe up the guts. Could do the fuselage or along the edging in yellow as well. Yeah, flames. Okay, skits can paint flames. All right. Yeah. All right. Great. Flames. All right. So probably along here and just kind of swooling back, swooling. Flames, really. All right. How am I gonna do that? Sure. What are they doing this? Cool, stuff I can't do. Great. Alright, flames. Alright, well, this is my own fault for asking people, I suppose. Man, I need that brush soap stuff. I just smashed my brush up against the side of my water jar again, and my good brush has just turned into my not so good brush. Flames may be definitely out of reach. Great, my last good brush just got smashed. There we go. Alright. Anyway. It's really annoying. Okay, so flames. Ah, it's been trashed. It's wrecked. That's just ruined my evening. That did. Ah. Huh. That used to be a fine point brush. Look at it. What else do I have? What else do I have? That ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna do it. Alright, suppose. How does one do flames? Let's think. I mean, I've done them, I suppose I've done them once before, but it wasn't on camera. With expert painters watching me, that's for certain. Huh. The freehander yeah, no, you don't get the show off for the freehand stuff and then go, I'm not an expert. Nah, I've just checked out your stuff. You know exactly what I mean. Um, Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's someone else who's better than me. Are they here? No. Have I seen this stuff? No. Alright, so some simple block flames. I'm not sure if I like that, but we'll find out. Really upset about that brush. That was the worst. That's just the worst. That's just gonna punch my whole day in the face. That has. And to make matters worse, I should have washed and dry brushed this first, so I don't have to come back over and dry brush over the flames, even if I do get them right. All right, that's looking swirly-ish. It's not looking terrible-ish. Maybe if I just tidy up a little bit in there, that'll look a little less blorky. I don't know. Oh well, see how we go. Well, thank you, Va. It's a nice start. I'll go with that. Yeah, all right. It doesn't look as bad as I was expecting, and I suppose my mood's been a little soured by the fact it just killed me brush. So that's lowered my bar for the evening. Let's put it that way. It's now like it's like painting with a tiny little straw broom. It's now become a new part of the challenge. Oh, all right. Well, that is starting to give me a basis to work from, and I think the color scheme will go well. And if I just do a little bit along the edges there, not the whole thing, I can then work my flames off that. This is turning into a hot rod. Alright. I'm not sure if you guys you're just being nice to make me feel better, but I will take it anyway. Plus, when you're trying to be nice to someone about some of their art and they start complaining at you about it, it's always so irritating. So I'm not going to start being that guy on camera. I'll be that guy off camera. That's not a hot rod. Hot rod style color scheme. That might be interesting. As it is, that's at least that's at least fun. This will take forever, but it's going to be fun to paint. I'm going to have to. Oh, I'm going to have to go get some new brushes though. However, good news, I've discovered in a pinch one of the reject shops, one of the cheapo shops. Over here we call them reject shops. They're like the $2 stores or the $1.50 stores. They got all the cheap stuff. You can get a whole little packs of little little paintbrushes, very fine point ones. They last what, a week, maybe two tops, but they're like $1 or $2 for five, and so they'll do in a pinch. And I've got a murdered brush on my hands here, and I've got a whole bunch of Imperial Guard to paint. So yeah, I'm going to be having to go get some cheap brushes. Might do that tomorrow before work. Okay. Well, I'll let that settle and I have a think about it. I'll hit this with a wash. And now that you're back, I asked the question before. VAR, that is. I asked the question before. Do you have any questions generally? So if you have any questions for me, please ask. Because, well, this is a chatty channel. And if you got anything at all, hit me with it. If you don't, well, that's kind of cool too. Yeah, there you go. Nothing like being put on the spot, hey? Sorry about that. Alright. It's wash time. Oh, here's a technical thing I discovered for you painters. Now, I've started using some Vallejo paints. Yeah, I'm slowly looking at swapping out certain paints for Valleros and that sort of thing. Now, one thing I noticed, there's a quick difference I discovered. Vallejo paints seem to take longer to set or dry because now G-Dub paints, they set pretty quick and you can apply a wash over the top of them fairly soon after they've dried. Whereas Vallejo, I've noticed, if you hit them with a wash too soon, everything's turned into a slurry and it all dribbles off into a pool. And so you unpaint your model pretty quickly. Is that something other people have discovered, or is it just an atmospheric thing because it was a cold night, maybe a bit damp, or is it just something, have other people noticed that? Like, do Vallejo paints seem to behave differently? Do they need longer time just to become, what's the word I'm looking for, stable? Or does everyone mainly use G-Dub paints in this little chat room at the moment? Yeah, that is interesting. The little dropper bottles. However, I've found that I waste no paint. I waste zero paint with the dropper things because it's right there in front of you. Got to work fast. I have noticed a lot of my paint will dry up in my bottles, in the G-Dub bottles, whereas don't get a chance to with the dropper ones. Don't use them so often. Never came to that problem. Did use them airbrushing, let them dry for a long time. Okay. Now, airbrushing, there's something I have tried. Good grief. Not doing that again. That was a fundamental disaster. And it wasn't just a case of I wasn't good at it quick enough. It was just the fact that I found it really annoying. I got angry with painting. And I get angry enough with life. I don't need to get cranky when I'm painting as well. So, never going to be airbrushing. Don't see that in my future. Alright. Applying the wash is my favourite stage of painting. It ties it all together, and you get to see where you need to fix up and go back and correct. And some of them are happy little mistakes, others are just mistakes. But you generally can work with whatever comes out of the wash stage. I love it. I only use airbrushing for very big pieces, yeah. Skits was doing airbrushing for small pieces at one stage. She was actually getting quite good at that. Do you still use airbrushes, Skits? Yeah. Look at that. Everything's better now because it's had a nice dark wash applied to it. It looks technical. I'm going to switch over to different color. Light. There we go. Look at all the details pop out. Gee, I love applying dark washes to models. I wish I had a better quality camera, but that's what you get. Now, what I also love about this stage is if you're in a rush and you just want to make table-ready minis just to play with your mates, that's it. That's where you can stop right there. You don't have to go any further, and quite often you see that people just don't. It's war damaged, it's dirty, you're done. Now, people like me, Skids, and many of us other obsessive sorts can't stop there. Can't stop, won't stop. But we could. We could if we wanted to. How are we doing for time? 10:15. I didn't know very well. That's tracking okay. What was that, huh? Dun, dun, dun. 10:15. Ooh, that's a good idea. No, I'd have some, except then I have to eat on camera, and that's not very cool. That's how you lose followers. Yeah, I'm on a diet. Thank you, dear. Cause I'm fat. Or getting fatter. Which is... I'm blaming the quarantine, not at all on the fact that I'm just lazy. Don't you start. Don't you say that word at me. No, go away. No pointing of sticks. Okay. So, let's get back to some flames. I need to get back to the gym. I just need to get into... I just need to get... Well, be able to afford it at the moment. That's the key thing. Oh yeah, there's that quarantine thing going on. Got to remember that. Probably can't go to the gym yet. Haven't even checked. Alright. Well, let's keep... Shall I continue with this possible disaster of... Yeah, I might as well. Let's do it. Let's do it. Alrighty. $40K nerds who powerlift. Good grief. Yeah, that's true. All the new editions coming out. Of course. New rule books. Probably new codexes and everything else again. It gets tiring. Mind you, when they do this, you can go and get all the old rule books really cheap off of people that are just selling things out. And I like to do that just for the artwork sometimes. Yeah, I was about to say, so you're a bunch of swolls who go out and powerlift and you play 40K, so you're nerds and you're buff, so you're ultramarines, basically. Now that could start a fight if it... Yeah. No, you're ultramarines, yeah. I mean, who else is there? Is there is there a nerdier group than that? They're swole, they're athletic, they're fit. So they're not Thousand Suns. Muscle. Well, let's see. Okay, what's the other nerdy group of? there's always the um, Dark Angels. Could be Dark Angels instead. That's all edgy and nerdy. It's like the... No, this is terrible. I'm hating this. These flames suck. Okay, I'm not hating this. I'm just... freestyling paint is very hard for me. Because I'm the guy that likes everything in lines and rows. If life was more like a spreadsheet, I'd be very happy. But if you don't try new things, then what's the point, really, of doing art at all, I suppose, is there? Word bearers, yeah, don't go. Yeah, all right, you're not that bad. Let's calm down there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to tidy up these flames because some of them gotten fat on the ends. Flames are meant to be all swirly and ethereal and not quite there, as opposed to, I don't know what these are. Looks like an orc with a crayon did some of these. Sisters, I for one love the new Sisters of Battle minis, and my absolute favorite one. If you look on the back, I think it's the Exorcist tank. The model on the back, it's got it's got a driver or a gunner in it, right? And it looks like Samuel L. Jackson with a wig. I kid you not. I swear it's Samuel L. Jackson in drag. That's all it is, and I can't unsee it. Find a picture. Find a picture of the Exorcist tank, and see if you can find a picture. And one of them, it's Samuel L. Jackson in drag. It's spectacular, and it's from the official box, so you might be able to find the artwork. Please have a look. See if you can find it. I'd love for you to be able to confirm whether or not you can see the mighty Samuel L. Jackson just in a wig. And if I ever get one of them, I'm going to definitely model it to make sure it looks like that. Okay, I think, were you there for that conversation, Skits? That's not looking horrid. That's actually coming along okay-esque. It was at where it was in Vault Games where I discovered it. Told you! Did I not tell you? It's Samuel L. Jackson in drag. That's what that is. So you know that tank. You just don't cross it. Do not cross it. So good. I mean, while it is funny, it's also highly annoying that they couldn't manage to sculpt. They couldn't. Thanks, Cinder. Yeah, link for the rest of us. Her, because there's three of you here. That's okay. I'm just happy to have anyone here at all. So I'm really delighted that you've actually come along and spend a Monday evening with me. I'm really liking this. Actually, this is I don't know. It feels very. Anyway, let's getting gushy. Let's calm down. Where was I going with that? Oh yes, the sculptors. They couldn't sculpt a powerful looking female without making it masculine. I mean, come on. Yeah, there we go. Look at it. It's even got the eye patch. It's Nick Fury. Yeah, I know, but I don't know. For a case in point, Gina Carano, okay, from The Mandalorian and Haywire, the wrestler, the former MMA, not a wrestler, former MMA. She is like full on, full on powerful, but also very feminine. It's a reality. It can exist. It just irritates me. Anyway, sorry, don't want to get on this tangent because I'm gonna start ranting, and then everyone else starts ranting. But Gina Carano is amazing. She's like one of my favorite people. That's why when I did my review of Haywire, it really hurt because I love her as an actress. She's an incredible, just so cool, and the movie wasn't the greatest, so it made me sad. Oh yeah, and yeah, yeah, it almost looks so close. You're right, Vaughn. It looks so close to Samuel L. Jackson in a wig that it's possible that it's intentional. It's so close. It's possibly intentional. How much time do I have? Hey Joe, would you be able to do me a favor again? Do you reckon you could blow dry a model again for me? You could. When you're ready, actually fairly soon. Actually, I'm running out of time. I just like to try and get this one completed in the 2 hour slot. That's all. Because I was on target until everyone. I got bullied into doing flames. Bullied, I say. Okay. Let's see if I can. Oh, Skit says hi, by the way. Joanna says, because she's got a mouthful of toast. But I'm pretty sure that was meant to be a hello. That was, okay. Alrighty. I think. Oop. Can I officially pass on greetings to other people in the chat? Joanna, my wife, formally says greetings to everyone else as well. The Vargorm says hello. Or she says hi, actually. They say hi. From Flynn! Flynn's here, hello! Hello, Flynn, how are you doing? And Cinder Pidgey says hello as well. Jenna? Okay, so that's not looking. That doesn't look terrible. I think I like this side better than the other side. The orc with the smarter orc with the crowns are on this side. The orcs were just making the orcs who had a working theory of what a fire looked like are on this side. Hey Flynn, what you've missed so far is I've been bullied into doing flames on an Orky fighter jet. I'm not very good at freehand at all, and I'm a little bit bitter about it. but I'll live. I accidentally killed my favorite brush, so that used to be a fine point. Now it looks like a now it just looks like a broomstick, and not much else. I don't. Oh, you good? Okay. So yeah, medium heat. If you could give that one a dry a blow dry, please, hun. I'm glad you like the wing markings. And my wife, my wonderful, beautiful wife, has taken my freshly washed other fighter bomber off to get hair drying. See if I can speed up that process because it's cold and everything's slowing. Everything's drying slowly. That's okay. I'm gonna have to work on the other end, but that's okay. Yeah, I've only got one really good working brush at the moment, and now I don't have any good working brushes. This brush is functional only because it's not really functional, it's barely functional at all. I think there's like 4 bristles left in it, but they've all kind of solidified into one point, so that's kind of useful. It is giving me a fair degree of control, it's just also giving me very weak paint application. That's actually coming along okay, I think. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people that like to get it right all the time. So this end is really bugging me now. Oh well. But thank you very much for joining me tonight, or joining us tonight, Flynn. That's very appreciated. Alrighty. Alright, I'm just going to scrub that. Alright, the tail of that flame wisp, not keen on at all. I'll take dead brush, take the rip brush, and whoa, oh, that was almost a full pot of paint that just got upended. Yeah, I'd have to switch off the camera for technical difficulties as I had a major tantrum. How go the movie reviews? The movie reviews are going well. I'm enjoying them. I finished another one today. I've uploaded it. It's scheduled for publishing tomorrow night at 5 p.m., which I'm very excited about. I'm actually coming to the end of my MCU movies very soon. I'm down to I'm down to what? Infinity War, Ant-Man, Endgame, and Spider-Man 2, London Boogaloo. So that's and then I'm going to probably start working through the DCEU, work through the DC movies, and maybe the Foxverse or the X-Men's and the Fantastic Four. Wow. Thank you for asking, Cinder. And I'm also, do I have it? Where is it? I'll show you what I also found. It had fallen down the back of my shelf, actually. One moment. She has returned. Hang on. There's a flight in. Come in. There we go. Here it is. Here it is. Look at that. Thank you, Jenna. Huh. Freshly dried off, looking quite schnaz. No paint markings coming off on the Murray. Very good. Thank you, Jenna.
It's okay.
Alrighty. Yeah, she is the bestest Joe. She's the greatest Joe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so all nice and dried. That's good. But yeah, Cinder, I don't know if, look what I found. Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. It is crazy. I've just started watching it again. I I'll be reviewing this. This is something else. This this is this is so many movies in one. It is crazy. And I kid you not, it's pretty much Angelina Jolie playing Nick Fury on a flying helicarrier. Um, Not even joking. This movie is a homage to every other comic book, novel, old school movie that's out there. It's so good and terrible at the same time. Oh, yes, I have. I've seen the animated Foot Flats movie once. Um, I remember being a huge fan of Foot Flats. I remember finally getting to watch that. I've got all of the books actually. I've got every Foot Flats book that has ever been published. I just don't know where they are. But yeah, we probably will find it. Well, what Joanna just said, we'll find it when we sort out the cupboard. But yeah, I'll look into that as well. All right, Foot Flats. But yeah, Cinder, I do recommend the World Sky Captain World Tomorrow. It's something else. Just be prepared, because it is meant to look like it was filmed in the 1920s, 40s, something like that. It's meant to look very old school. It is highly old, and it really does have that vibe about it. Um, it's actually an incredible piece of technological film making, just the way they've managed to replicate a style. Okay, so now I saw there was a comment in there I missed a moment ago. Vaughn. Yeah, you are very biased, Vaughn, but I can actually see how this is fun if it all goes well. See, now what I've got is one panel I do like. I don't know what this one's panel. This is like, I think this one's going out. This is just like that sad little blown out candle at the end there. I might just see if I can fatten that flame up. But I can see how this is appealing. Oh, that's what happened. There is a fairly large chunk of airplane detail right there, which I bumped over. You can actually pick them off, get them off eBay, skits. You can still find the Foot Flats books. They are becoming rarer, though. Okay, that looks a bit better. That's not terrible. Thank you for everyone who bullied me into doing this. I mean, strenuously suggested me do this. This. I'm enjoying. I was very bullied, darling. They picked on poor Murray. They picked on Murray. It's very sad, honey. All right. Thank you very much, Flynn, for coming in and visiting. Your presence is always welcome. And thanks for coming in, saying hi, and leaving again. Hope you have a very good day. Is it now day over where you are? Yeah. Hope you have a very good day. There we go. Well, it's because I'm not easily bullied. It's just I'm on camera, so it's a little hard, and I'm live, so it's a little hard to chicken out on camera live, isn't it? You know. So yeah, yeah. I have no comeback to any of that skit, so I'm just gonna pretend I didn't read it. Okay, so let's get back to the other one. Let's do some My favorite part of anything. Okay, my second favorite part. First favorite part is the wash. Second favorite part is the dry brush. Alrighty. Oh, speaking of old comics or those sorts of books, I've located another store in Brisbane that sells Asterix and Obelix. So I'm going to be able to complete that collection soon, which I'm very looking forward to. Alrighty. Dry brushing. I hear there's a new live action movie, or by new as in I've never seen it before, but it was relatively recently done and it's apparently amazing. So I'm quite curious in that. I mean, I've seen all the animated stuff. They are pretty terrible to begin with, but then they hit their stride and become something else later on. And I'm running out of silver as well. Oh, 3D movie. Right, I'll check into that. Now, now you painters, does everyone else have their favorite dry brushing brush? I have my very favorite dry brushing brush. This horrible, mangled looking thing, I've been using this for so long. And it's mangled and horrible to the perfect amount of springiness and resistance required for an effective dry brushing technique. It's got the perfect amount of give and fight back. I've actually selected my new apprentice dry brushing brush, the one that the mantle will get passed on to. I've been practicing, and it's this one. Oh, actually, no, this is my big fat dry brushing brush. This is for really rough work, quick work, large work. Not a big fan of that one. Look at this beast. This is my tank dry brush. Can you hear that? It's got a crunch to it. This is a mangled monster. I've had this for about this is a 6-year-old brush, I think. it's a it's a disaster, but it certainly does the job for the big vehicles. Oh, look at that! She managed to get underneath as well with the hair dryer. My Jenna is the best. My only complaint about dry brushing is when you accidentally stuff it up and you get a big glob of paint you didn't realize was there or you mistimed something. Ugh. The whole look is dead in the water. You got some repair work to do at that point. It's very annoying. There we go. Light dry brushing brings all those beautiful details out, even more so. Only this time it seems to have really obscured. It's obscured my dark metal a lot more. I don't think I was as gentle. I could either go back over. No, actually, what I'll do, because I don't want to lose some of the reflective highlights on that, but I don't want it to be just look like everything else. I think I'll go it with, what is this, a sepia? Sepia Wash. How I like you, Sepia Wash. Second favorite wash around. Now, an oil, of course, is the favorite of washes. It is the one that gives the most effect. But sepia, used in the right way, just as effective. At one stage I went through a sepia wash phase, I think. Found a whole bunch of old models and I very clearly used sepia wash and everything. Even things that really didn't need it or in fact enhanced nothing. But I suppose we all do that. It's called learning. Yes, sepia on white or sepia on another bone, sepia over bone coloured, can replicate very nice parchment effects. Drucci violet, purple. Use a purple wash. On what? Not so fond of Agrax or Null. Really, Skits? You don't use the blacks. That's interesting. Agrax Earthshade is the dark brown, isn't it? Where purple watch and everything. Hmm. I will have to make a note of trying that. Not much point in doing a thing like this if you don't try to learn from other people. I think Agrax is the one that. Yeah. Okay. Twiggy! Twiggy's here! Hello, Twiggy! So glad you could swing by. Hello! Look at this. It's working. Last time you were here, nothing was working. This time it's working. So glad you could come around. Oh, I'm really happy with that. Hee hee. So excited I swallowed something. I think it was a bug. Insect protein. K-go. How you doing, Twiggy? Your internet's dying, okay? If you can't respond, well, I'm sorry, but I'm just really happy that you turned up, so friends. Alrighty, so yeah, right, the sepia on the darker metals actually has brought that back to the grotty looking colour I was wanting. I think I might put some sepia in the intake as well. I am running out of time. I was hoping to get 2 planes done tonight, or even maybe the Ogren, but, well, fine detail work is a trick. I could stick around for a bit longer, I suppose, but I want to try and keep it down to 2 hours, just because that's the whole challenge, isn't it? You heading off? Or? All right. Good night, Jenna. Joe says good night to everyone. The room is about to lose a lot of its class because my wife is leaving. Put it to particular. All right. See you later. I'm not kissing you on camera. So. All right. See you, honey. Oh, everyone else, Skits and Twiggy said good night as well. Yes. I'm not kiss camming, guys. It's not happening. Forget it. There we go. Okay. That is coming along. So how's all your internet projects and things going, Twiggy? Is that all active and happening still? Oh yes, everyone. If you have any, sorry, I should have said this earlier. If you got any Instagram or links or anything you want to drop into the chat box, please go for it. Spam your stuff to everyone else. By everyone, I mean all five of us or whatever. But yeah, please, please, put that around. Alrighty. Let's. That one will do. No, network error. No. Network error, we've lost it. Okay, it's coming back to green. Yeah, okay. There we go. Alright. Okay, so it looks like that happens every now and then. Oh, you could actually, you got audio, so I'm typing. Alright, yeah, okay. Every now and then, Aussie Internet has issues. Alrighty, let's do some quick unmuddying, as Skits has pointed out, of the yellows. Don't know if anyone heard it before, or don't know if anyone reads it. I basically said if you want to share your links to your stuff in the chat box, please do so, people. Do do do. Do 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 do. Alright, that's coming along. Running out of time. You too, Twig. I know you've got a Twitch stream. And I'll be absolutely stunned if Cinder doesn't have an Instagram account at least. What I really enjoy about, and I don't know, you probably better see the detail on camera. Oh, you can slightly. When you go back over washed areas like yellow with just the same color that was originally there before the wash, you can just make it look like environmental wear. Just gentle environmental wear and tear on the model, or even where it's gotten dirty, but just by use, the dirt has been worn away in certain areas. I love it. Really, Cinder? You got no social media type of stuff to link. Well, that's okay. I suppose one of us has to be security conscious. Might as well be you. That isn't looking too shabby. Fairly pleased with how that is coming along. Alrighty. So, that leaves the really shiny silver to go over the top. Again, I don't have my favorite brush to do the fine line work, so I'm just going to have to hope that this really, you call it a fine brush, but as I said, it's just about 5 bristles stuck together through use. Hope that this will be able to do the job. Nope, it's not really. Okay. That brush can go back over there. Fine, I'll just have to rough it a tad. Got 8 minutes. I don't have time for finesse. Zit, zit. Really? Shiny paint is failing me? Better. Here we go. That's better. Put a line of it along there. Couple of wear points along there. Nice shiny nose, because that's where most of your friction is going to be. We can force some shine on some of the fuselage there as well. That is actually almost okay. A little bit on the nose, on the guns there. That's still very wet, but that's alright. Give myself a couple more moments on these details, and then see if I can finalize it. The canopy in 5 minutes, possibly. Oh, good. Wow. No, let's just chuck that away. Get the tomies done. Excellent. It's always good to have progress on projects. I hate it when you hit that middle section. I find the middle section of a project where you just kind of like, you know you've got to grind through to get anywhere. That just feels like it takes forever. It can suck the fun out of the entire job. But that isn't looking too bad at all. Okay. Now officially on the last 5 minutes of my allotted, my self-imposed time schedule. The ugly teenage phase of the project, exactly. And as Skits ordered... What? What? Oh. Yes. Links. Links are good. I don't have time to look at them though. I just realised I was about to get... See, I'll immediately get lost in all your artwork and then run out of my 5 minutes. My self-imposed. Time frame. I want to get at least one of these ruddy things done in my 2-hour slot. Belated or delayed? Isn't belated more to do with I suppose it's the same. That's a stuff up. Well done, Simmons. Oh, not too bad, but I will have to correct that. Okay. That is a lot of spammage. I approve. Okay, that I have to fix real fast. 4 minutes. That's not how you fix it. That's how you make it work. Oh no! Huh! Yes! The smudge effect! Oh, the happy little smudge effect. Every now and then you stuff up, and you rub your finger across it to try and clean it, and it makes it, it actually works. It actually fixes what just went wrong. That's rare. Okay. Windscreen. Basically, I do probably, surely, quite poor attempts at windscreen reflections, but it just has to look like there's something going on there. Anything that resembles a windscreen just has to look a little bit like there's some attempt at an effect. You know what I mean? And then usually I hit it with a glaze later once I've sprayed it, just so there's always a shiny effect on the windscreen. Okay. That is a quick and dirty 2-hour paint job on a Fighta Bomber. I would have liked to get it done a little quicker than this. I would have liked to get more done than this, but I got distracted by trying to get that to work, which I'm not super unhappy with. Yeah, but there we go. That's 2 hours work for what I'm going to call the completed Fighta Bomber. Come on, come out. There we go. There we are. Bit of, and it was a good angle. Yeah. Not too shabby. Huh. Job's a good one. I'm not sure if I'm going to do an extra yellow highlight on these wings yet. I'll think about that. But there we go. That is 2 hours. Boom. One of those guys. This guy just got to watch. And I'm now on the way to, flames on a Fighta Bomber. So quite happy with that. I'll just move this off a table for a second because I'll give you a little look at what's going to happen next week. Coffee first. Now, next week I'm going to be assembling. Let's step it up. Let's get bigger again. Let's do a heavy bomber. Heavy bomber. So heavy, the H fell off. So that is monstrous. This is going to be huge. That's a price tag. I keep doing that. There we go. That's less of a price tag. I don't need to remind myself what a bad idea this hobby is sometimes. Super absolute chonk boy unit. Look at the side profile. It looks like a guppy full of guns as wings. It's massive, which just means more parts, which means more cutting and trimming and me losing my place and probably doing it wrong, because my little gimmick now is no instructions. I read them once and then put them away. So anyway, yeah. There we go, guys. That was fun. That was a fun 2 hours. I've really enjoyed doing that. Thank you very much for joining me. And this is next week's project. Woohoo! So it's going to be fun. I hope. I hope it's entertaining. And I hope you guys have a really, really good week. Yes, I do it just to upset you sometimes, Skits. That is, no, that's not the only reason I do it, but it is a added benefit. Anyway, thanks again for coming along and spending your evening with me. Hope you have a really good start to the week. Hope everything plays out as you wish. And I hope you have a lot of fun with some hobby stuff during the week as well. So, take care. Have a great week. And if you get some time, stop by my YouTube channel and check that out as well. That'd be really, really appreciated. Alrighty, guys. So I'm going to switch this over, and you take care. Thanks, everybody.